So, right leading up to Passover this week, I got a email in my inbox saying that a musical project that I had funded a while ago was now available for download. And it was Ali Halpert's album Loosen. And for those who don't know Ali, she is a queer Jewish musician who I've had the pleasure of getting to know both personally and getting to hear her sing live a few times. And she has an absolutely gorgeous album now available for download if anybody is interested. She has these really gorgeous, beautiful tracks of Jewish songs about both praise and longing and gratitude. And her title track is called Loosen. And as I was listening to it leading up to Passover, I couldn't help but think that the title song, Loosen, is the perfect Passover anthem. It's a gorgeous and simple song. I'm just going to sing you the first verse. It goes like this. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. So I hope that came through okay over Zoom. And it brought two things to mind for me. The first is the paradox of the ending refrain of let go, let go, let go. Because particularly on Passover, we pray to be let go from evil and from oppression, which is one variation of let go. And then there's the other variation of letting go, the letting go which we do to ourselves, where we try to take a deep breath and slowly let go of everything we've been holding on to. And one letting go is external and one letting go is internal. And so the question that I came to the song with and to Passover with is where and how does loosening fit in? And the other thing it immediately brought to mind are the places in the Passover story where we are not loosened, where we might need this reminder. And my first thought was Pharaoh and Pharaoh's hardened heart. Over and over again, almost at each juncture and in each plague, we are reminded that God is hardening Pharaoh's heart. In fact, there are multiple words used. Hichbid, God makes Pharaoh's heart heavy. Hichzik, God strengthens Pharaoh's heart or makes it impenetrable. And Hikshe, God makes Pharaoh's heart stiff or obstinate. And obviously the situation brings up many challenging questions. Why did God need to harden Pharaoh's heart? Why did God not allow it to get softer instead of stiffer over time? How did God let it get this far? There are a few traditional answers to the questions. Sforno says God did not want Pharaoh to let the Israelites go on account of not being able to withstand the plagues. So if Pharaoh's heart had been softer, Pharaoh might have said, "All right, you can just go. I'm ready to let the Israelites go." But not out of a genuine acknowledgement of God's power, more out of this uncomfortability with the plagues, not out of a true acknowledgement of Yud-He Vav-He, God as all-powerful. There's other commentators who also say that God stiffened Pharaoh's heart so that Pharaoh would imagine that the plagues were accidental or happenstance rather than the works of God. And so here we can see that loosening our hearts is already synonymous with acknowledging that we are not in control, that God is in control, and we must do as the song says and let go. Rabbanit Jenna Englander from Maharat has a beautiful drash on this scenario. She focuses her drash before the plague of locusts, when Moses and Aaron ask to go out and worship God for 3 days. She notes that Pharaoh's response is, "Fine, go, but who is going with you?" Which is a curious question. What does it matter who goes? Moses responds that it is everyone who needs to go. Our older people and our younger people, our sons and our daughters, even our flocks, Moses says. Pharaoh then immediately changes his mind and hardens his position. He says, "If I let you all go, it will be as if God is with you. Yihi chen Adonai imachem. It will be as if God is with you. So no, only you men can go," which is unacceptable to Moses and Aaron, and they leave, and the plague of locusts is indeed sent. Rabbanit Englander says that here it is clear that Pharaoh understands completely what is at stake in letting the Israelites go out. She writes, "You cannot serve one master while still subject to another. Pharaoh and God understand each other all too clearly. They speak the same language of power. Pharaoh knows that his grip on the Jewish people lies in his ability to control them completely. If the entire people takes a 3-day journey into the wilderness to solidify their commitment to their God, it is as good as him setting them free altogether. It will be that God is with you if I let you all go. You will no longer be under my control. I will have been replaced by God." And so it becomes revealed here that the ones who need to loosen, to unharden, and to unstiffen their hearts, to let go, is not Pharaoh. Pharaoh already understands. But in fact, it's the Israelites themselves. It's us. We are the ones who need to acknowledge that it is not us alone who are in control, that we do not have to carry the weight of the world alone. I looked up the word for loosen in Hebrew, and I found a few words, but the one that I loved the most was hirpa, which means to relax or to release. It appears only once in the entire Torah. In its context, it means to weaken, and it appears as the opposite of the word chazak, meaning strong or hard. The antidote to harshness and heaviness is something much slower and softer, a gentle loosening of everything that is holding us too harshly in place. The second verse of the song, there's only 2 verses, goes like this. I'll see if I can sing it well, we'll see. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? In which I hear the same refrain that I brought up earlier. How could you allow all the pain we live with each and every single day? How could you let it get this far? How is it that everything feels heavier and heavier? How can we loosen our hearts when there is still so much hardness and oppression left in the world? There's a midrash from Shmot Rabbah on the hardening of Pharaoh's heart, which focuses on the word hichbid, making Pharaoh's heart heavier, kaved. However, the midrash says, don't read kaved like heavy. Read it like kaved, like the word for liver, meaning that God made Pharaoh's heart like a liver that is so hard and calcified that it won't let any juices in. Our goal in this time of freedom, in this time of asking the hard questions, of asking why did it get to be this hard, is to not let ourselves become like livers, to not become so inured and so hardened to the hardships of the world that we do not allow space for the Kadosh Baruch Hu, for the holy name to enter. It will not be easy. It will, as our text tells us, take all of us, our young and our old, those who are higher in power and those who are not, our sons and our daughters and our non-binary children, our weak and our strong, all of us. We must remind ourselves of the lightness and the suppleness of the world as well as the hardness. We must actively work against stiffening and becoming obstinate. We need to show each other the places where there is opportunity for loosening, for hirpa, for relaxing, for release, as we walk towards liberation for all of us together, knowing that the weight of that goal is lessened when shared, both the external and the internal, so that we can sing the end of Ali's beautiful song with a full heart. Let go, let go, let go. Chag Sameach.